have your first impressions been of Dylan as you've gotten some time with him and just getting to know him?
Yeah, Dylan, he's a really good football player, and he's one of the main reasons why I chose to come here because of how good of a football player Dylan is.
Hey, Dane, what about your relationship with Coach Shorts? Made this decision. What impacted this decision for you?
Yeah, me and Coach Shorts, we have a really good relationship. Um, we're laughing, joking all the time, but he knows the type of player that I want to be, and he knows the type of player that I can be. So that's ultimately why I chose to come here. One of the other reasons because I spent a year with him last year, and um, we developed a really good relationship on the field and off the field. And he knows the type of things that I need to focus on for this upcoming season, and that's why I chose to stay with him.
What are you focusing on?
The main thing I'm focusing on is just playing faster. Sometimes I would tend to get a little tired last year because I played so many snaps. But then playing with Coach Hogue, he wants us to play faster. So being around him, lining up fast, and just putting that on film that I play faster and I'm faster than how I can play. So that's really one of the main reasons also.
It's a young room, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like your leadership responsibilities are for you just got here,
Yeah.
but you're also the old guy and the most productive.
Yeah, that's one of the main things that Coach Rule also told me when I chose to come here. I was gonna have that veteran leadership once I stepped in the room, and that's something that I'm glad to have that role because it just gives me more motivation to want to be that guy. There's people looking up to me in that room, so I know I gotta bring my game every day, and because I know there's people behind me looking up to me, and I just got to do what they expect me to do.
What were SEC secondaries like competing against for the last 3 years? How good were they, and what was the challenge?
Yeah, really talented. I've went against several first round corners, and I think my film can show that I can be that type of guy. And I played against them, and I've competed against them. So I would say the SEC corners are very talented.
What's the one area maybe where you got that much better from your freshman to junior year, having to face that kind of competition?
It's just having the mentality. I would say just having that mentality because, like the guys that you're lining up against every weekend are gonna play on Sundays, so you just gotta have. I just had to have that mentality stepping on the field from my freshman year to my junior year last year of that these guys are NFL guys and I'm an NFL guy, so I got to have that mentality of I got to beat this man across from me.
Based on what you've learned about these guys and at the receiver group and your time here, who are you excited about playing with, sharing the field with in the fall?
Yeah, I already played with Harley Gilmore. He's a special football player. But I would also say I'm just super excited to play with Jacory. He had a really good freshman football season last year, and the way that guy moves, it's very special. I haven't seen too many guys move and shift the way that he can, and I know that he can be a very, very special football player.
Rocco was just saying how those mat drills were no joke, caught his attention even coming from Notre Dame. What do you make of what you've seen?
Yeah, mat drills. They were. It was interesting. We didn't really do that back in my old school, so just experiencing that day one. Like I think I went back and told Coach Shorts, I was like, "Yo, what did I get myself into?" But ultimately, that's just gonna make me have a stronger mentality, and I'm super glad Coach Rule makes us do that because it lets you show who wants to be a part of this team and who has that mentality to play on Saturdays.
You mentioned that NFL mentality that you have. What have you maybe learned from your brother and the success he's had in getting there?
Yeah, my brother teaches me a lot. I'm just super glad that he's been a part of my life because he's paved the way for me. So just seeing how hard he's worked and to see where he is at now, just it shows me the type of mentality that I have to have and the type of work ethic that I have to be that type of player and get to where he's at.
Was it hard to leave Kentucky? I mean, you know, your family's there, and they get to see every game. Now they're going to have to come out here.
Yeah.
Is that difficult?
It definitely was a difficult decision. It was something that I took a couple weeks to decide what I was going to do, but it was ultimately something that not only myself, that my family also agreed on. So it definitely was hard, but I'm super excited to be here, and I just know that this football program is very special, and I'm just so glad to be a part of it now.
For those who haven't experienced mat drills, why are they so hard? What is it?
It makes you focus on the little things while you're tired. When you're tired, you tend to not think about the right things, like as simple as hitting your chest on the ground. And you can, like, the mat drills could be 10 minutes max, but when we start doing the little things wrong, then that tends to lead into being a 30-minute mat drill. And Coach Rule, it really focuses on making sure we do the little things while we're tired.
One more follow-up on Dylan, because you mentioned it was important as you were deciding. When you visited, what do you remember about that connection? Was that important right off the bat that got established, and when you met him on the
Yeah. So Dylan actually, so Coach Shorts was here for the bowl game prep for you guys. I didn't go to a bowl game with my previous university, but Dylan was one of the first people to text me when I entered the portal, and it was also because Coach Shorts was also here. But Dylan was one of the first people that texted me, and when I came on my visit, I think Dylan was with me every second of my visit. So I like to pay attention to the little things, and I mean if the guy throwing you the football is around you on your whole visit, most of the other schools didn't do that. So I was just like, okay, this guy wants me to be here, and he wants to throw me the football. So why would I not choose to come be with a really good football player who wants to throw me the ball?
Your change of direction is pretty elite. Was that something that you kind of went to college with, or was that developed over time, and how did maybe Shorts help you with that?
Yeah, that is not something that I came to college with. I actually got developed. We also brought another receiver coach here, Andrew Verbois. He was with me from my freshman year to last year, and he helped me develop my game to be the player that I am today, and then bringing Coach Shorts along with them. So just those two together is an elite duo. Those two coaches together are an elite duo, and Coach Verb helped me develop my game of the change of direction, and Coach Shorts is really the coach who's helped me with my mentality of being that player on the field.
Both you and Rocco mentioned what a whirlwind entering the portal and choosing a school is. Could you kind of lay out the actual timeline of just what happened, how quickly it happened, all that?
Yeah, it's quick and stressful. It was definitely quick and stressful. Those are the first two things that come to mind because I entered the portal, and then I think the next day the portal officially opened, and then my phone just kind of just went through the roof, and there was times where I was just so exhausted of just trying to talk to people every day. I kind of just politely told other schools thank you for the opportunity, but I kind of have a few schools in mind already, so I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity, but I think I'm gonna explore different options. And then I did a lot of homework. I watched a lot of film, watched a lot of tape of the quarterbacks, watched a lot of tape on not only tape but homework of who a receiver coach has developed, and all roads led to Nebraska.
Was there an additional pitch from Dana Holgerson at all, or was it all on Dylan and your relationship with Coach Short?
Yeah, Coach Hogue played a big part in it as well. Coach Hogue told me before I left my visit, if you don't want to be that guy, then stay in Kentucky. So he told me to stay in Lexington if I didn't want to come to Nebraska and be that guy. So that made me want to come show Coach Hogue that I'm that guy.
All right,
Thank you guys.